This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike. Talking sixes in the bird gang, that's I like. Competition, we ain't scared, yeah, that's what we like. Win or lose, you know we showing up and we gon' fight. You see we strive for the sky every day that go by. And every single week we screaming fly, eagles fly. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah. This is Philly Talk with Philly Mike, yeah.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk podcast. And today we got a live stream. A couple things happen in Eagle Nation. Brandon Graham back like he never left. 1 year deal, and it's rightfully so. $6 million, taking a hometown discount for his team. And his words that he said, it's not officially done, like, written in stone. But Josiah Anderson spoke with him, and he pretty much said, I'm going to sum it up because I don't have it in front of me. Let me see if I can get it in front of me real quick. But he pretty much said there was no way he was going anywhere else. Nowhere else. He wants to win a championship, and he wants to win it with, Jalen Hurts. He believes that this team is ready to go back. And I know there's all this talk about, well, guess what? We got to do this, that, and the third. We're going to lose all these defensive pieces. Well, I'm believing in Howie Roseman. I mean, he built two Super Bowl rosters in the last 5 to 6 years. And what happened last year, or what happened in the last Super Bowl run, which we won, he won't let happen this year. And that is extending players too long for too much money for too far out. We're going to talk about Darius Slay, Big Play Slay. Shout out to everybody in the building already. Bowl Brew, Trey, Lit City, DH Eagle, Rome One More, Chiquita, Travis, Rachel, Cool, Dante, Justin, Peter Riley. Shout out to everybody. True Savage. What's going on? But the fact of the matter is this. Darius Slay wants to be a Philadelphia Eagle. The Eagles want Slay to be a Philadelphia Eagle. I think the extension talk started and it got stopped due to the guarantee money, I believe. I think the guarantee money, maybe $1 here, $1 there is where it's wrong. So a lot of people are saying he's asking for more money. I don't think more money necessarily to hurt the cap. But what's the guarantee money? How long is the contract going to be? How long is he going to be extended for? Do the Eagles think he got 1 or 2 years left? Does Darius Slay think he got 3 or 4 years left? I think that is where the mix-up is happening. And I think it being Friday, the Eagles feeling really good about the number they're offering is saying, okay, we are going to let you and your agent go see the market. Go see what other people are valuing you for. Mind you, if somebody else wants them for that number or a little bit higher, well, then they also got to give him that number, which is higher than what the Eagles are offering. And they also got to trade for him. The Eagles ain't going to trade him to a competitor feeling like we have an opportunity to get back. Did you hear what Jalen Hurts said the other day? I didn't walk through the fire just to smell the smoke. That's ice cold. Ice in the veins. I didn't walk through the fire just to smell the smoke. And so we have a lot of questions about this defense. We got 4 top 100 picks to infuse with this defense. Brandon Graham is under contract 1 year, $6 million. That's going to help. Oh, but it's BG. It's just BG. BG was an 11-sack defensive end who played a third or 40% of the snaps. BG has more sacks than multiple players in this NFL who played double the snaps. Double the snaps, half the production. Guys like Ngakoue had 9.5 sacks. He's a free agent. He might get more than, he's going to get more than $6 million. Javon Clowney might get around 6 or more. These are guys who you could say Clowney's good against the run, but they haven't did nothing to what Brandon Graham has done for this city, for this team. I'm not even talking about paying him off the Super Bowl. We're talking about last year. He was an 11-sack defensive end playing half the snap some of these guys do. Back to Big Play Slay before we talk to see what y'all got. Again, if I had to guess right now, Is Slay going to be on the team? I would say yes. I think that the extension will get done. I think that the number the Eagles have, this is what we want to extend you for. This is how we're going to save money. This is what we're going to do. I don't really think it's that he wants more money per se. I think he wants more guarantee money. I think the Eagles are positioning themselves in a way where we can extend you for 2 to 3 more years, but we want an option to get out. I think there's an option that the Eagles can get out from under his contract, which he will lose guarantee money and then hit the open market. He wants to be guaranteed this is what he's going to get for this amount of time. And it's smart for Howie Roseman to do this. Look, we know Alshon Jeffrey was not who he was after that Super Bowl season, but still there was hope and potential there. The injuries kind of just started piling up, but the guarantee money, the extension, was just too long for Alshon Jeffrey, was too long for some of the guys in the 17 Super Bowl run. So Howie Roseman's playing it smart and saying, let's fall back a little bit and extend him, because we do want to be competitive. We do want to try to run it back. We do feel like guys like Nakobe Dean and Jordan Davis will take that next step. We do feel like maybe we can scoop a Marcus Epps up. Maybe we can get some studs at 1 and 30 to come in and play on a defense right away. Maybe draft some productive people at 62, 90, 4 picks in the top 100. And again, Curtin Sutton, Bobby Wagner, Sheldon Rankins, who else is out there? Like they're veteran safeties, corners, linebackers that you can get for a discounted rate. Sheldon Rankins, this dude logs 500 snaps a year. He's worth $5 million, 4.5 sacks, a forced fumble, and he's really good against the run, which you need your D tackle to be, since we're going to possibly lose Sue and Linval. I'm just looking at this like it is only March. Free agency hasn't even opened. CJ Gardner-Johnson, low-key, hint, talking about maybe he's not fully leaving the Eagles. Again, these are young players on social media. They can get emotional. So the first phone call he has with Howie Roseman breaks him down. This is kind of what we're feeling we can offer you. CJ Gardner-Johnson's like, nah, I don't want that. I want more, but I do want to stay Eagle. So he makes a little sad video saying he's leaving. These guys are emotional at this point. CJ Gardner-Johnson being a young player, this is the first opportunity to get a real bag in the NFL. Mind you, $1 million is $1 million. It's a lot of money to me and you. Especially me now with monetization status all messed up. I have all the info on my monetization stuff by the night, hopefully, and we'll discuss it tomorrow. YouTube's trying to play me, but I don't want to get into that on here. I want to know fully and then give you all the details. But just looking at this team, there's so many ways how we could go, and we will free up money. Jalen Hurts' contract won't hurt next year. I think there's so many dominoes that need to fall for us to be starting to panic. Remember, March of last year, we didn't really do nothing. The big signing, the first and only signing that Howie Roseman did post March 15th, which we are not there. Shout out to your boy, March 14th, which is an ugly Tuesday. March 14th is your boy's birthday. 32 years on this earth. So it is what it is. All that being said, March 15th, the window to sign people ain't even open. And we're like, what? Because we're just listening to all the free agents and acting like we don't have a decent amount of free agents out there to go look at and possibly pick up. I'm not saying this is going to be as pretty as last year. You don't get much better or even try to top an A.J. Brown trade, a C.J. Gardner-Johnson steal, a Hassan Reddick hometown discount, while throwing in James Bradbury at the buzzer, Kaiser White in the middle, drafting Nakobe Dean, drafting Jordan Davis. I think the draft picks are going to be epic. I think we're going to make some waves there. But looking at, what's going on right now, trying to hold Howie to the fire, understanding that we do got our franchise guy in front of us to pay. I think I'm going to trust that he's going to be able to tread the water the right way. And again, I think he learned from the 2017 run that you can't just extend all the players that is old and just hope for the best and give them money for that. And so that's where Slay got to understand. Slay won 3, maybe. You might have to take 2. Slay won this much guaranteed. You might have to take a little less. I think Howie Roseman is not really skimping him on the tall task of the contract extension. I think the guaranteed money is a little bit because he wants to get out from this dead cap. Mind you, we are still paying Brandon Brooks. Remember him? Beautiful right guard. All pro every time he played. Injuries at the end of his career, but a great player. All pro Brandon Brooks. Guess what happened? You mess with his contract so much. He's been off the Eagles for a minute, and we still paying him 9.5. This year, he is 9.5 million against the cap. A guy who's not on the roster, but did good things on the roster, and we extended him, and we did things with him like we did with other players in that 17 run that we shouldn't have. Now, Kelsey's still here from there for the right reasons. BG for the right reasons. He just gave you 11 sacks last year. That's huge. That's huge, especially when you look at the amount of snaps he was given to play. I think if the Eagles focus on, making his D-line stay somewhat intact, you bring BG, you got Sweat, you got Reddick, Milton Williams is showing he can play. I believe in Jordan Davis. Who knows what we do with any of the older veterans and Sue and Linval. I think they're out unless they're really going to take a big-time discount. But, again, there's people on the line we can go out there and get. Possible draftee, Kalijah Cansey. You know what I mean? Who knows? The more and more I look at it, though, it's evident that we need to take a cornerback in the first round. And mind you, the Eagles haven't taken a cornerback in the first round of a draft since 2002, Lito Shepherd. Lito Shepherd was the last Eagle picked in the first round to play cornerback. He wasn't the last good cornerback because we traded for Asante Samuels or signed him in free agency. We just signed Bradbury. Slay has been here. But I'm telling you, it goes back 21 years since the Eagles drafted in the corner. But I think Howie knows, as much as we love offensive line, defensive line, and it's been a staple of what the Eagles can do, will do for a large portion, you got to start beefing up that secondary. Now, if Slay ends up being traded because the number and the length we give him doesn't fit his retirement plans, well, then maybe that opens a door to sign Bradbury. Maybe it opens a door to sign CJ Gardner-Johnson. I'm not sure what that will allow us to do, but there's no way we can have CJ Gardner-Johnson and Bradbury leave free agency and then let Slay leave via trade, even if it's a 3rd or 4th round pick, which is good. Give us the capital, save us the money. But I do think, if you had to ask me right now, Mike, do you believe Slay will be on the team next year? I do. I think the number is so close. The extension talks stop. Darius Slay the whole season on this podcast was talking about the extension. Howie Roseman's going to be pressed, especially if we lose CJ and Bradbury, to get it done. But I don't think it's going to be more. And I don't think Slay's being selfish in the sense of, I just want a pay raise. I think Slay is saying, I need, the bottom line is the bottom line. I just need more guaranteed money, which in the end is cool now for us, but could hurt us. Say Slay does fall off the cliff in the next year or two. Say we extend Slay for 2 years with a 3rd-year option or something. Say we extend him for whatever, 2 to 3 years. But the guarantee money is big, and then we end up trying to pull out of it. Now we're stuck on a 2026. He hasn't been here for 2 years and still being on a dead cap or something along them lines. I don't think it's that Slay wants more money at the top of his contract. He just wants more guarantee. That's what I'm hearing. And again, I think Howie Roseman is not trying to put himself in that predicament because he's trying to, dig himself out while keeping this offense locked and loaded. Devontae's still on a rookie deal. AJ got his $100 million. The cap has been situated for him, but that is going to be his next resolve, because in 2026, as of now, which we don't care because we are about 2023 and 2024, my fault, 2025 AJ Brown is going to be like 40 something million against the cap. And that's because the way Howie Roseman did it, AJ Brown was only 8.3 million against the cap. You're talking about a 25 mil per year receiver, $100 million contract for what? 100 million for 4 years. It's 25 mil. Was only 8.3 million against the cap. That's because how Howie Roseman structured it. Next year, he's like 13 million against the cap. Things got to change, though. Who are your top 5 free agents that you want to see the Eagles this year, either on the squad currently or another squad? I'm looking at a veteran, and shout out to Gate City because I do like the veteran D tackle he talked about, but a guy like Sheldon Rankins, I think would be big. Former first round pick, 12th overall from the Saints. Then went to the Jets, had injury problems early in his career, but has been playing good. He's a guy who's only market value at $5 million, but he gives you production. I would like to get someone like that if we had to go a little bit cheaper on the D line, but also give yourself a nice rotation. I think Sheldon Rankins can come in here and play some good snaps. Not Cortland, but Sutton. I forgot to say his first name, but Sutton from the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's young-ish. Offered some good play his best year, but again, according to Ashawn Robinson, I like him. D tackle, played for the Rams last year, could fit next to Jordan Davis. Again, a cheaper version. His market value ain't really on Spot Track, but I do like that. I think you got to shore that up. Probably get a draftee on there too, but just because you get a draftee on there don't mean you can't go veteran there. Secondary, listen, I know y'all gonna kill me for this. Well, let me do my research and let me drop it in the video before. But Sutton is a guy that, again, you're talking 9 million at a cornerback position. I think you can get him under the cap and he can fit in with whoever's here. Hopefully we have a Witherspoon. Hopefully we have a Gonzalez at number 10 that's there. I really do think the Eagles are going to break the 21-year streak and go corner. They kind of got to. But I would like to see the Eagles got to target some of these guys. And there is some good players out there. Don't get me wrong. And I'm not trying to shop in free agency at the top of the list because, if we could get top of the list guys, some of our guys are at the top of the list. CJ Gardner-Johnson, Javon Hargrave, Cam Sutton. Shout out to you, Blake Hart. But yeah, some of our guys are at the top of the list. CJ Gardner-Johnson, Javon Hargrave, James Bradbury. If we could afford the top of the list free agents, I would just take my guys back. TJ Edwards is a weird one. Spot Track got him at 12 million. I think people are going to offer him some stuff, but something tells me we might be able to find a way to keep him because of the homegrown nature, him trying to take a discount like in Philadelphia. Again, I'm never going to tell somebody to take less money than they deserve. And he's outplayed his undrafted contract. Again, he's made pennies on a dollar his whole time in the NFL. So rightfully so, get what you can. That being said, Marcus Epps, people were iffy about him all season. I thought, he had a time where he was playing, he was getting beat. He got beat by Kelsey in the Super Bowl, but come on, we're talking about the best route runner or the best tight end in the game. Possibly the best tight end to ever play this game, receiving tight end in Kelsey. So you're going to get beat. That being said, I think Marcus Epps played himself into a $4 or $5 million deal, $6 million deal. Do we have it to give him? Will we do it? That's just the question. Braxton Berrios was released by the Jets. Be a good kick return guy. Yeah, he's definitely shifty, definitely quick. My whole thing is like I'm trying to figure out some of the spots on defense. More importantly, before I start looking at just a kick returner. Not saying you can't use him in different packages, in different areas on the offense or wherever. But I gotta figure out some other stuff before I start looking at extra stuff. That's why like the wide receiver 3 is least on my concern. Running back right now, yes, if you can get a Kareem Hunt late, what's his name from the Bears, Robinson. If they're willing to take a 4 or 5 mil, 3, 4, 5 mil deal to play in a rotation with Kenny G and Boston Scott, I'm all for it. Boston Scott's a guy who's a free agent that I don't think people talk about that much. And you can get him maybe 1 or 2 years I mean, 1 or 2 mil, sign him back. He's not going to make or break the team, but he's a vet. He knows the system. He's been here, and it's important in case of a need. Again, he's running behind the Great Wall of China. I do think Howie's going to try to bring back Jason Kelsey, hopefully at a team discount rate. Shout out to Tyler Beto. He said, hit that like button. How many likes we got? Let's try to get it to 100 likes. It's free. It's easy. It don't cost a thing, and it's greatly appreciated. Again, I'm waiting for an email from YouTube because YouTube played it out of me, and I'm very, very upset with that. But I'll talk more about that tomorrow once I know the confirmation. Should get it shortly. Hit that like button, though. Bo Bruce said, I think Blankenship is ready to take over if CJ leaves. I mean, Blankenship showed some stuff. Is he CJ Gardner-Johnson? Absolutely not. But at least we're not with a huge question mark there. It's not like we haven't seen Blankenship do some things, mainly around the box. He looks like to be a tackler, not so much a coverage guy, but he hasn't had the opportunity to do all that. Again, depending on what happens with Slay, if one of these teams who's not a competitor wants to trade for him and, give him more than what we're offering in the sense of guarantee money for his extension, man, I think that Howie still has to find a way to get CJ back. And let's not rule it all the way out. Yes, again, I talked about this earlier. Players are in this age with social media, they get emotional, right? I get mad at a game or something. Listen, I do this on YouTube. I talk to y'all. But I'm on home. I get emotional about something on the sports. I might send a tweet that is foolish, or just to get y'all thinking, or to get other fans thinking, because I'm just in that mood, in that mode. And I'm 32. These are 24, 25-year-old guys who, again, he hasn't got the bag yet. He's been playing on pennies of a dollar. I forgot what round he was drafted in by the Saints, but he's hearing that he could get the bag. And so I think there's mixed emotions with him wanting to stay with Philadelphia, but also trying to get a deal. And Howie Roseman, I think, is not just allowing him to walk out the door. I think Howie Roseman is trying. He's had conversations. I would almost bet my bottom dollar he has had conversations with CJ. CJ still on Twitch walking Eagles gear, talking to Eagle fans in the chat like, bro, I love y'all over there too. Quote tweeting Ryan Clark saying that the Eagles need CJ Gardner-Johnson back. So, you see things like that, and it makes you think, it's not over with. Fourth quarter, we're trailing by 9, only a minute or 2 left. It don't look good, but the game ain't over. You know what I mean? The game ain't over. So I think Howie has an opportunity. Now, guys like Hargrave, I just think that his position, his age, the number, his market is just out of our hands because we got a franchise quarterback we got to worry about. But again, you can't be trying to pay, 3 years, $60 million at 20 per year with this guaranteed money for a guy who is older. Not saying he's going to fall off. Tremendous year, 11 sacks from the D-tackle position. He can't go wrong there. But I do think that, when you look at these guys, if you're going to let somebody walk like Bradbury, who won 16, 17 million, you justify it by saying we're going to get a comp pick. He's 29, about to be 30. We don't want to be in a Slay position. You let Slay move on because of his age, if that is the case. I think Slay's going to be back. I would like to have Slay next year, but you let him move on if that's the case. CJ's a different story. TJ Edwards, a different story. They're young players. Try to get them back. You know what I'm saying? Derrick Henry on the Eagles would be legendary. Wait for it. Running behind this old line who's done wonders for guys like Boston Scott, Kenny G, and Miles. Yes, it would. 10 mil is not going to make or break us, I bet, too, in the grand scheme of things. And the reason we could do that rather than pay Miles Sanders is there's different things. You pay Miles Sanders $8 million for 3 years, 5 years. Well, now when Jalen Hurts' contract is coming to fruition, you still got running back money that's on there doing this, that, and the third. Derrick Henry, we would understand as you trade for him, not nothing much, 3rd round pick at the most, 3rd round this year, 5th round next year. You get Derrick Henry, $10 million on the cap. You use Derrick Henry for your trying to get back to the Super Bowl, and bada bing, bada boom. After that, he walks in free agency because you're not going to pay him after that. So he only cost you 10 mil for that year where Jalen's out on the cap. He walks, you get another comp pick for the future. You know, that's why I could have seen it as they were talking about it. Yeah, I know I did butcher it. I didn't legend, wait for it. Dairy. I definitely did. You know, I didn't think you were going to go for the whole drum roll, please type thing. But yeah, man, I just wanted to hop on here real quick, talk about the Brandon Graham signing, talk about Darius Slay extension. I don't think the narrative is that he wants more money and he's out. I don't want to be here. He's not seeking a trade. We're allowing him to seek a trade to show Darius Slay that what we are offering you for this amount of time, this money up to the top, and this guarantee money is what you're going to get out there in the market. Go check the market, see how the market is, and you'll be coming back Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We can get the signature and you can be extended here. We're not trying to make the mistake of too much guarantee money. He ends up falling off a cliff. We end up letting him go and or then really trading him. And then we got dead cap for years to come. High Domination LC. What's going on with you? Can I get a wrench, my guy? Yeah, let me get you a wrench. I'm actually about to get up off here. Shout out to everybody in the building. Bo Bruce said Hurts' leadership qualities will elevate the team's play no matter who's coming back. That's facts. Ohana means family said, do you think we could get a first for Slay? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Tab said, Mike, bro, go upstairs for playoffs 2023. What do you mean go upstairs for playoff 2023? I don't know what you mean by that. But shout out to everybody in the building. Rachel with the muscle emojis. Smitty Eagle. Murder Music in the building. Shout out to everybody. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. Make sure you hit that like button. The like button is free. It's easy. It don't cost a thing. Let's see if we can get this close to 100 likes before we get up out of here. This is one of my shortest live stream ever. We're not even over 30 minutes, but I just wanted to hop on here and touch base with you guys for a little bit. Shout out to everybody in the building. We got 58 likes. Hit the like button on your way out. It is free. It's easy. It don't cost a thing. We will be back with more updates, videos, live streams. Follow your boy on Twitter. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. Again, my YouTube is acting up. Even if you have notifications on, they might not even tell you that I dropped the video. They might not tell you if I'm going live. I will get the final decision to my appeal on YouTube today, and then maybe tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday. If it don't go my way, I'll let you in on what's going on with YouTube, and hopefully y'all support me through this. It's been rough. I'm upset, but I'm not fully upset because I didn't lose yet. We'll talk about all that, but listen, stay tuned for the Philly Mike lost the YouTube thing. If that happens, hopefully, cross your fingers. Good news I get around 6:30, 7 o'clock tonight. Until next time, you know what time it is. We out. Peace.